I do not write books. I don't care what anybody says. I don't write books. I create projects. Everything to me is a project, whether it's the art on the wall, whether it's a book I'm writing, whether it's a YouTube video I'm making. Everything is a project. Hopefully, it's a well thought out, well researched project, but it's a project. Projects to me are things that I really enjoy doing. Tinkering with something. It may take me 6 days to write a short read. It may take me 6 months or a year to write a longer project. But it's all tinkering. And I tinker around with different ideas. I'm a pantser, as was it Jerry B. Jenkins called this a pantser. I'm a pantser. Um, I tend to work on multiple projects at once. I tend to think widely about different things. And sometimes I do like Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi said, I do a lot of research on him and flow. Sometimes I'm in the flow and sometimes I'm not. When I'm sitting here making videos, sometimes it seems like I'm in a flow of things and the words just kind of come out. Other times it's a real struggle. And so I don't force myself to do it. I don't force myself to sit to a regular schedule. Um, I just kind of let things happen organically. And for me, that works. It's the beauty of being free in whatever project I'm working on. The liberation of being myself and being who I am, no matter if the algorithm changes, no matter if the rules change, no matter if the styles change, I don't have to change with it. And I'm okay with that. I can keep being my authentic self, and I don't really give a shit what anybody says because I've recognized that my lane does not have to be niched. My lane does not have to be as broad as the ocean. My brain has to be a boat that accommodates me, and that's about it. I love what Rick Rubin says, put the audience last, but the audience is such a huge part of what I do because I have such a grassroots audience. So when I'm doing a project, I tend to think not so much about that audience, not so much what they want to hear, but I think about their stereotypes and I think about how I view their stereotypes. And I think about what I've heard and what I've seen. And I try to put that into a project, whether it's photos, whether it's videos, whether it's books, whatever it is. I try to put that all together and try to make that complete in some sort of way. For me, it's all coming into my lane and staying in my lane. No matter how big or how wide that lane changes sizes depending on the day. And I don't have to be one person. I don't have to be New York. I don't have to be LA. I don't have to be Houston. I don't have to be Morgantown, West Virginia. I don't have to be the Haight-Ashbury. I can be in any one of those places and be perfectly okay. I don't have to be Soho. I don't have to be, East London. I don't have to be Swansea. I don't have to be Amsterdam. I can be me, myself, authentically wherever I am. And there's a real comfort that comes in that. Sometimes I feel like I'm less of myself when I'm at home, when I'm in my hometown. Because in my hometown, I think Billy Strings talks a lot about this, in a song, maybe his upcoming release. There's a song on there, I think, called Milltown Flood. And there's another song that he did years ago. I think it was Taking on Water or something like that, where he's talking kind of about going home. And I think, too, if you go back to this, looking at people like, Mr. Bill Monroe, rank strangers, sometimes you kind of feel that when you're coming home. Especially when Bill Monroe said, they're rank strangers to me. That when I look around my hometown, I was just looking because I feel like I finally need to get a haircut. I finally think probably the time has come after many years to get a haircut. I was looking around the other day for a barber shop here in my hometown. And I thought, maybe I'll just go back to the old barber shop where I used to get my haircut twice a month or whatever. I realized that the barber shop, the barber had died. Both of them. They weren't there anymore. It was ran by somebody else who is a local beautician and probably does pretty good. And so I realized, well, maybe I'll go to the other one where my daddy would go from time to time. It was closed. It was an ice cream shop or a candy store or something. So what did I do about my hair? Well, I kept it a mess. I tried to do what I can with it. And that's kind of the beauty of being yourself and being who you are. Now, I could go in there to the rank stranger, as Bill Monroe put it. I could let them cut my hair, and they would probably do a very fine job with it. Or I could just keep it here myself, all of a mess. I could just get a pair of clippers out of the drawer and cut it myself if I wanted to. Or I could just let it grow. Or I could just let it continue to be a mess. Or I could grab one of my sweat-stained old ball caps and put it on. It doesn't really matter. Because to myself, I am not a rank stranger. To myself, I am me. So the real question is not the barbershop. The real question is me. And somehow I can relate the barbershop story to you and to me. And I have that gift and that ability to do that. And I'm very fortunate enough to be able to do that in a way that sounds authentic and new. That's the beauty of it. So, cap on, cut my hair, or don't. What should I do? At the end of the day, I'm the only one that can answer that question. I'll give it another week or so. We'll figure it out. I give it another week or so. Maybe I'll cut my hair. Was that was a song, wasn't it? David Crosby. Almost cut my hair. Happened just the other day. Getting kind of long. I could have said it was in my way, but I didn't. That was a classic, wasn't it? How many of y'all remember that one? And see, I didn't even grow up on that kind of music. I found that many, many years later. I grew up on like Merle Haggard, Waylon Jennings, a little bit of rock music, but not much.